G'day and welcome. My name's Matt. I'm from DIY Data. Basically, this is a bit of a test of the Inogeni Share2u, which is this little guy over here. I've done a previous video on it and found that there was a few things I didn't like about it, a few things that are pretty handy about it. The main thing that was the issue was the audio. So originally you could only select the audio from the camera that's currently going to air. So if you did something like this, you would get this camera, which is a webcam. If I went to 2, I would get the second camera. This happens to not actually have any audio on it, this one, because I'm going in HDMI and this camera doesn't seem to output audio. But essentially, they've released an update to the firmware of it a while back, which I was informed by a comment on my previous YouTube video. And basically, I'm going to switch over to the app, the control app for it, so we can see what's going on. So this is outside of the device, but just me sharing the desktop through OBS. So if we go over to the audio tab, you can see over here you've got channels for USB 1, USB 2, HDMI line in. So right now we're talking on the line in for the lapel. I've got like the Road Link wireless lapel, but you can also enable one or all of them as long as this mix audio options selected. Generally you probably want to pick one, like either USB 1 if you're just gonna, or 2 if you're just going to use the microphone for one. What I'll do right now is I'll turn the USB 1 audio on as well as the line in, and you'll quite probably hear a delay. It seems to be that there's a bit of a timing issue with, I guess, the USB encoding and stuff. Usually creates a delay and we give a bit of an echo. Sorry, I'll stop that. But that kind of demonstrates the ability to go, USB microphone. You can choose that. I know some microphones, if you're using something like the Logitech Meetups or something, they have much better kind of microphone than this probably does. Or we can do this, so where we have a lapel or any other audio system running into the 3.5mm input. What I'll do is, instead of staring at that, I'll cut back over to me. So right now I've got the webcam. It's not a webcam, it's a camcorder, but so you can run the lapel or any other microphone in there, and you can now mix, which is basically the main thing I'm making in here. One thing that does bug me about the Inogeni a little bit is its exposure of webcams, and I suppose I can't really fault the Inogeni because I suspect it's the webcams, not the Inogeni, but not too bad right now, but it has a tendency to overexpose the people, me, the person, subject, do usually look quite a lot worse than if you plug the camera straight into your laptop. It's annoying, but I suppose it's probably not a limitation of the Inogeni, it's more a limitation of the cameras. So in this case, the webcam, which is this camera that I'm looking to you on, it looks quite overexposed, but if you switch to something like a camcorder, which kind of is better at exposing, then you do get a better image generally. If I go, so it's not shining, so that's much better than that. So it appears to be a bit of a limitation of the cameras, so I guess you need to choose the camera you're going to use best for this. We'll just try to kick that because it's collapsing. So yeah, basically they're the two issues that I kind of had with the Inogeni that I don't really like. However, yeah, you can get around it. You just need to pick a camera that you can adjust the signal to, like adjust exposure and stuff to, without manually, I guess, or within the camera. So if you're using like a PTZ camera or something. The other thing I've had a bit of an issue with is we've been trying to use like 2 HDMI cameras or something. So I've tried with the Camlink, didn't seem to work so great. I think we've got a couple of setups with it at work where we're actually using the Inogeni branded HDMI to USB, or possibly SDI to USB, and they also haven't been greatest, where I guess they're scaling down the amount of the frame rate they're outputting or something. So right now this webcam is a little bit choppy. It's not as smooth as the HDMI input, but yeah, essentially going in USB, HDMI to USB into the device doesn't seem to be the greatest at doing things. If you're doing that, you might be better off looking for a native a native HDMI or SDI combiner, I guess. But that's basically it, and that's about all I had to say. I just wanted to do a quick demonstration to show how it works, and that kind of update the previous video so you can get a better idea of how it is. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to call it quits and upload this. So hope you have an awesome day. Stay safe, stay away from people, and I will see you next time.